1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out there in Guitar Land, Mike Henning here, come today with the old classic song, Hot Corn, Cold Corn. My favorite version is obviously from Flatt and Scruggs. I'm a banjo player, so I love the Earl Scruggs version of this song with Lester Flatt singing it. But it works great on guitar as well. We're going to work on 3 solos for this song. The first one's going to kind of stay pretty close to the basic melody, and then the second 2 are going to work on creating simple variations on that melody, which is a big part of bluegrass, right? When we create a variation, we don't want to just go completely off script. We still want to hear that melody for hot corn, cold corn. That's what we're going to work on for these the second and third solo. The other thing that's really good about this song is it has, the song's in 4/4, so 4 beats per measure, but then there's going to be a measure of 2/4 at the end, where we just do 2 beats for 1 measure and then back to 4/4. So we're going to get some really good counting practice on this song. I'll break down all 3 solos note for note, just like I played at the beginning of the video. And then in the backup section, we'll work on counting that short measure, which will be really good practice if you're more of a beginner. The chords are pretty easy. They're just G and D, so the 1 chord and the 5 chord. But again, you'll get some good counting and strumming practice on this song. All right, here's a beginner version of Hot Corn, Cold Corn in the key of G. Here we go. All right, so let's start breaking down this first solo for Hot Corn, Cold Corn. The first solo is going to be the easiest, and then they're going to get progressively harder. Let's play the first 5 measures. That'll be like kind of the opening melody line so you can hear how it sounds. Here we go. Do that a few times. I'll do it really slow. 1. Faster. 1. Okay, so we're going to start with the classic pickup. Our melody note is going to start in measure 2 on the open 3rd string, and measure 1 is our pickup, and we're basically just going to walk up to that note, the 3rd string that we want. So we're going to go, you heard me count beat 1, 1, and then we're going to play 3 downstrokes with our right hand, open 4th string twice. And then you can either use your middle finger or index finger of your left hand. I'm going to use my middle finger on the 2nd fret. And then 3rd string open. So you have 1. 1. Very classic pickup for bluegrass. And then what we're going to do, instead of just like playing the open 3rd string a couple times in a row like this, which isn't that interesting, very common bluegrass technique you might be familiar with is taking one of those open strings, finding that note on a lower string, in this case the 5th fret, and sliding into it. So we're going to slide from 2 to 5. So we're going to play the open 3rd string, and then you can actually keep your middle finger down because you were just on that note, right? So you have 1, slide, and then we go back to the open string. Right? It kind of gives it more of a vocal quality where we're sliding into the notes, and it kind of mimics a banjo or a fiddle. So we have 1. And my advice for those slides is don't slide too quick. You want to get the timing down, but let a little bit of that first note ring out. You'll get more of a reference if you hear a little bit of that first note. So it's, I'm just looping measure 2. Like that slide, you could take it out, like I said, but I think just playing the open string a bunch of times is not as interesting. So we have 1. Let's do measures 1 and 2. So we have 1. And then we're going to play the open 3rd string with a down up. And then we're going to do the same slide, but this time we're going to pick the open 3rd string at the same time. So we're going to go. So I did a down up with my pick. Again, just mixing it up. You don't have to do that. You could go. just adding that little, it just changes the rhythm that you're hearing with your right hand because we're going, and then we actually slide right back down. So we have, let's do measures 2 and 3 together. We have, and with my pick, I'm going down, 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 up, down, down. Really follow the pick direction below the tab. That'll help you play these slides and keep the timing. So the staple looking symbols below the tab are the downstrokes. The V looking symbols are the upstrokes. Remember, when I'm doing that slide plus with the upstroke, I'm playing the 4th string with the slide and then playing the open 3rd string, which is the same note, hopefully, if you're in tune. So you have, let's do measure 3 on its own. Okay, so that's the first 3 measures. 1. So that's the hot corn, cold corn, bring along the demijohn, I think are the lyrics there. So we have 1. And then I'm going to switch to my index finger and I'm going to play the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, which is kind of like implying a D chord. And I'm going to use that finger because it's going to set up the next phrase. So I'm going to go 2nd fret with my index finger on the 3rd string. And then just a little picking, I'm going to play the open D, and then that 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So we have, and then play that note again, and then a down up. Again, just mixing up the rhythm a little bit and adding a little bit of harmony. If you want a very simple version, you could just play that 2nd fret and go down, down, up, down, down, up. But you hear adding that open D, it gives it a little more of the harmony that you want to hear, right? So we have, just keeping that 1 finger down, and we switch to that finger because now right here we're going to go play that note again, measure 5, 4th fret now on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Because if you're right here, right, if you use your 2nd finger, which might feel more easy at first, then to grab that next note up, it's a bigger stretch, right? You maybe would use your pinky or your 3rd finger. So I do that little switch from measure 3 to 4. I go switch. That's all over a D. Measure 4 and 5 are over a D chord. So let's play 3 through 5. We have, measure 5 is 4 downstrokes in a row, right? All quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's the first 5 measures. Not too hard, hopefully. Let's do it the whole thing. 1. Okay, now measure 6. We're going to flip back to our middle finger and we're going to do a 2-4 slide on the 3rd string. Same idea. Our melody is going to be the open 2nd string, but we're going to slide into that. And then play the open 2nd string. Open 3rd string, 2nd fret 4th string. Good string changing practice there if you're more of a beginner. We have, and then kind of a similar phrase to measure 3, but just starting with a quarter note. You could play measure 3 as well, but I just did a little variation. Let's do 6 and 7. So we have, and then measures 8 and 9 are exactly the same as 4 and 5. So flip your finger again, 2nd fret 3rd string. And then we have a little bar of 2-4. You'll see that it says 2-4 right in measure 10. So before, all the way up into measure 9, we've been counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a measure of 2-4, and this will be a good counting practice. We're just going to count to 2. We're going to go 1, 2, and then back to measure 11. You see it switches back to 4, 4. So we're back to 1, 2, 3, 4.